dies. Hey everybody, my name's Dylan Patey, and this is my 1994 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Hey everybody, so it is finally time to put the engine bay back together so I can get the engine in there. And one of the things I wanted to do was clean up my brake booster. It clearly got some brake fluid on it, and it just corroded away at this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and restore this. I'm gonna grind down all of the rust, get it back to bare metal, and sand the rest of this brake booster so that I can repaint it and put it back in the car. Alright everybody, I'm going to work on a little side project today, and that's the cruise control delete. So what I've got here, I've got my pedal. This doesn't change at all. You'll need the throttle cable, the one that attaches to the plenum, and this one that normally attaches to the pedal with that yellow clip right there, which comes through the firewall and then to the cruise control box. So here's kind of my idea. Typically, people just take this one piece, so you need to make this, let's say not that end, you need to make this end circular to make sure it fits into this yellow clip, which clips into the throttle. So typically people will just take regular washers and stick it right here, and then they'll bolt it tight right into its spot. But honestly, it looks kind of jank. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see if I can cut this off as cleanly as I can and then drill a hole big enough to where I can then slide this in there, and it will be my washer, and it'll look factory, and I mean factory-ish, and hopefully a lot nicer. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go ahead, take this over to the other shop, and we're going to cut a little slit in it so that we can pull it off of this cable and slide it over the next one. So the idea is it'll increase throttle response and one less failure point. So yeah, it's a good mod. Alright, so I've got the two ends cut off of there. Now the idea is drill it out so that it can slide over this, and I bolt it to that. Just pinch it together, and then I can bolt it to the firewall like it was factory. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. And then the way I cut this, as you saw, I just stuck a Dremel on it, but it's still small enough to where it doesn't like easily slip in and out. Like I still have to like squeeze it in there. And then not only that, but then I'll put the clip in facing downwards on the pedal so that it can't, slip up and out and, hopefully not kill me. So now what I need to do is this side is the side that now needs to be rounded off. The camera will focus. It needs to be rounded off so that it then fits in there. So if we take a look, see, it doesn't fit in there all the way, so we need to round off the two sides so it'll fit. All right, so here we are with the finished product. I just took an orbital sander, stuck it in the vise with 60 grit sandpaper actually. Now as you can see, it fits in there. You know, the hole's kind of big, so I left a little bit of excess in there. I mean, that's definitely not coming out. As for the slit, it's ever so slightly smaller than the cable. So you definitely need to pull it out in order to get it out. So I'm not worried about this coming undone while I'm driving. Alright, so let's find a drill bit that's big enough for this. Alright, so I've got my calipers here. I'm just going to figure out what size of drill bit I need real quick. Going to the outside of the threads. Looks like 25/64. So I'll go one size larger than that and drill this hole that size. We can take this, I'm going to clean that up, but slide it down, check, and it fits. So I'll just pinch this plate between those two nuts, probably towards the end of the threads there, and then that will bolt to my firewall. Alright, so here we are. It's cinched on there, really tight, a little more towards the top, see if I can get myself like a little more adjustment when the plenum is on. But now we've run into an issue where the nut is too big. So just need to take a drill bit, make it so that the nut can fit through, and then it'll bolt on and look like that. Alright everybody, so that nut from corner to corner is 5/8. So I just got a bolt or a drill bit that was slightly larger than 5/8. And now as you can see, we've got the absolute perfect mounting position for our throttle. It'll just sit something like that. I'll put this in later when I have the engine in so that I can position this exactly how I want to. But yeah, that worked out perfectly. So there you go. Guys, okay. Today's a great day. Why? Because I've had wheels for the VR4 for a long time now, but I haven't had any tires. Well, I finally got 2 of my 4 tires in today, so I was able to put the wheels on, test fit, make sure they cleared. Then I took them to my buddy down at Big O, got the tires mounted, got the wheels balanced. Now I've got wheels and tires on this side of the car. It looks so good. It looks so good. So I put a pause on dropping the rear subframe just so that I could do this. And I'm so glad I did. So without further ado, let me show you my new wheels and tires. These are my new wheels and tires. I love them so much. These are MST's MT-01s. They are 18 by 9.5 plus 22, wrapped in 255/35 tires. They are Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. I've been recommended them by all sorts of friends. So I'm really excited to get to try these out eventually. We're that much closer to driving the car.